Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel. This is 𝑍555. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Aquarius, for Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus, or wherever Aquarius lands or resides in your chart for that aspect of your personality. Aquarius, this is going to be a reading from heaven, so to speak. It's going to be a reading from a specific deity that has stepped forward to give you a message, okay? And this is for those of you who are open and who are aware of the many energies and entities that exist in the spiritual plane. The veil is very thin during this season of Scorpio, and Mercury is in retrograde, so there is a lot of spiritual activity going on, whether we're aware of those activities or not. But for those of you who are aware or who are open to understanding how to become aware, open to understanding gods and goddesses and their energies, and how they work to support and protect and help and guide all aspects of humanity. It doesn't really matter what background the deity comes from as far as their culture or what culture worships them. I'm a divination witch and I work with deities. I don't necessarily worship them, but I do work with them, and sometimes they'll just show up randomly to give me a message for a temporary amount of time. Sometimes they just want to work with me throughout maybe like a 24-hour time span, just to help me understand something about myself or a certain aspect of my life, right? So doesn't matter what background you have, it doesn't matter what culture you're a part of, or who you worship or don't worship. These deities are here to specifically speak to your sign and to help you understand yourself on a much more spiritual level, okay, Aquarius? So I'm not going to pronounce the deities' names in these videos, but I will put their names in the description box below. I don't want to butcher any of their names, and I don't want to insult any cultures out there who are acquainted with these types of deities or who know them. So instead, I'm just going to put their just their name and a brief description of who they are in the description box below. So Aquarius, this deity that has stepped forth is of the Mayan culture, okay? It is the deity of creation, okay? The Father Creator. And the card at the bottom of the deck that he's given you is the Temperance card. So there may be those of you who are dealing with a fire sign, okay? Sagittarius to be exact. But I feel like I don't feel like this is necessarily a person. I feel like this is about your overall balance. Okay, if you guys have drug addictions or alcoholism, or whether it be in your family or you possess it within yourself, I feel that there is a need to balance yourselves. It's a time to heal, okay? This also represents reconciliation, very, very strong, deep love, okay, for yourselves and for maybe for other people or for a significant other, right? But there is a need for balance here. You see how this angel is pouring water into one cup out of another, and one foot is on earth and one foot is in water. It's not being afraid to dive into your emotions and dive into your spirit, the darker aspects of yourself, and it's about knowing when to stay in that dark place and contemplate and reflect, and when to come out of it, right? When to hermit, when to come out of it. It's just that balance, Aquarius, okay? So let's see what your 5 cards that this deity has pulled for you have to say. So you have the 3 of Pentacles. I'm so sorry about the glare, Aquarius. The lighting is it's a little bit tricky today. But you have the 3 of Pentacles here. You have the 7 of Wands. Okay. You have the Ten of Swords. You have the Queen of Swords. Again, there's that air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And then you have the Six of Pentacles. What I see here, Aquarius, is a need to cut out what is what is no longer serving you, but there may be a lack of an equal give and take in your lives, whether it be on in a family aspect, a romantic relationship, whether you're dating someone, you're married, friendship, partnership, like business partnerships, if you have a roommate. To me, I see that there is a need to really be very direct in your communication when it comes to someone who is trying to pull the wool over your eyes. It's time to rise above with the Seven of Wands here. You know, it's time to end this cycle of, I feel like there's a cycle ending with you all for some of you, in regards to, again, reciprocity, right? What you put out into the universe will be given back to you, but there is work that needs to be done on your part in the process, right? Things don't just happen overnight, obviously, and which makes sense in regards to the Temperance card here, right? Like, this all makes sense. That balance. There may be a sense of imbalance here because of, maybe it has to do with work. With the Three of Pentacles here, Aquarius, where this deity is showing you that you're putting your head down, you're focusing on your work, you're focusing on your craft, or, you know, your finances, right? And this may also include working on a team with people. Maybe there's a lack of reciprocity, or maybe you're looking for reciprocity and equal footing with people. Maybe you're looking for your soul tribe. Okay, but it seems like you guys have really been putting your heads down with the Three of Pentacles here. You guys have really been focused on your money, right? But there could be, for some of you, a sense of a lack of reciprocity, someone not putting in the amount of work that you're putting in order to get a job done. And there is a need, if you guys haven't done so already, to rise above that and realize, hey, you know, I don't want to stay here. And there could be those of you who are deciding that maybe there's a job that you've had for a while where you're just realizing, I'm too good for this job, or this job is just no longer suiting me. I don't want to be stuck here, you know, or I don't want to be stuck in a certain situation. If this is not in regards to finance, some of you guys may be in school. This can be in regards to friendship, you know, or business partnership, but whatever it is, Aquarius, there are those of you who need to, or who have already decided to kind of stand up and, you know, realize, I need to create my own path. I don't want to be stuck doing what everyone else is doing. I don't want to blend in. I don't want to be fighting and, you know, having this combative energy with these other people. I want to create my own path. I want to create my own future. I want to have my own and protect it and maintain it, right? And even though people, you know, don't be afraid of what people are going to think. People are going to want to stand up and say something about what you're doing. You know, people who think that you're crazy, sometimes you have to be a little bit crazy in order to stand out and do the things that normal people won't do, out of fear sometimes, or out of like what they feel is logic. You got to get rid of what you feel is logic. You have to look at what is best for you and your spiritual growth, Aquarius. Okay, this is not about, you know, doing what everyone else is doing because you're, you know, and some of it could be out of fear of what what a few people may think, or what someone might think about what you're doing. You may feel, okay, the decision that I want to make is not going to sit right with certain people or with a certain someone. But I feel like there are those of you who are really contemplating or making the decision, like, I'm out. I don't care how crazy I sound or how crazy I look, how jealous people get of me, or what type, like the type of friends that don't want to be friends with me anymore because, I'm not, because I'm doing better than them, or whatever the case may be. If there are friends of yours who are jealous of you because you're doing better than them, and they're trying to tear you down, they're not friends. They're trying to control how much progress you make in your life because of the lack of progress they're making. They're not friends, right? Form your own path, Aquarius. And whatever the situation is, could be a job, could be some type of team effort, could be in regards to a craft or some type of project. But it involves some type of teamwork, or it may involve other people. It could be one other person or two other people, three other people, a group of people, or you and another person. It could be family as well. And for those of you who may work at a church, or you may be a part of a church organization or something like that, there may be those of you who are deciding to rise above, and maybe you realize that that the people that you're going to church with are stuck in a certain mindset, and you don't want it anymore. Okay? So whatever the case is, Aquarius, there's a need to rise above it all and realize that you have a path. You have your own individual template and path that the universe wants you to follow and trod, right? Because you have this 10 here, this 10 of swords, okay? This 10 of swords here represents a cycle that's ending, hitting rock bottom, okay? For some of you guys, after hitting rock bottom, I feel like this has already happened, or maybe you guys have already, the worst has already happened, so therefore you're rising above it all, you're getting up. And if this is not about hitting rock bottom for you guys, then this is just about a cycle that's ending, right? Excuse me. It's definitely about a cycle that's ending. This can be some of you who have been stabbed in the back and you're realizing it, right? After rising above with the 7 of Wands, you're realizing, okay, I've been stabbed in the back way too many times, and I need to do something about it. There's a change that needs to happen, right? And this could be, again, anybody, friends, family, anything, anyone. But I feel like there are those of you who are allowing this cycle to end, and you're like, you know what? I'm not going to keep holding on to people, and I'm not going to continue to keep holding on to grudges. I'm just going to move forward. I'm not going to keep giving people more power by wallowing in self-pity. It's time to let it go, and it's time to take these swords out of me, and gain my power back, because that's exactly what happens with this Queen of Swords here. This deity, this god, this Mayan god of creation, this beautiful energy here. I'm sorry about the blurriness, guys. He's letting you guys know that you guys have the power to delegate. You guys have the power to cut out anybody that is causing you to feel like the 10 of Swords here, right? If they're causing you to feel like the 10 of Swords, they got to go. Doesn't mean that they have to go temporarily, but they have to go for a while, until they get their, get their emotions set straight, and until they realize, that they've done wrong, and they hold themselves accountable, and they straighten up a little bit, right? You hold that sword. If there's someone who's not communicating properly and working on a team, if you're in a relationship with someone and they're not, because being in a relationship is like being on a team as well. It's just like friendship. If you can't trust the person as a friend, then there's no need why move forward with them if you can't even trust them to communicate properly, right? If you can't trust them to communicate properly with you, Aquarius, if you're in a relationship or if you're dating someone, then you may have to be the person to kind of have that sword, to use your sword and wield it and say, you know what, this is not cutting it. You need to communicate better, or we're not doing this, right? And it could be with a fire sign, a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. But, there is a need to, you guys have been through a lot. With this Queen of Swords coming out, this queen has been through a lot. She's not happy about it, and she's tired. And so she's taken the time to really think and enlighten herself on her circumstances and her past and what she's been through and her experiences. And now she's ready to wield that sword, and she's putting her hand up, ready to speak her truth. She's ready to chop heads, right? She's not dealing with BS anymore. She's not putting up with people taking from her anymore. And this is for male or female, by the way. You know, it's for all people who resonate with this energy. So this deity is really trying to help you, Aquarius, understand your power and understand what you've been through and to learn from it, and to make sure that you don't make the same mistake of allowing people to trample over you and to take advantage of you anymore. This is like a long-term thing. This should never change. When you get to this Queen of Swords energy, it shouldn't change, right? You don't allow people to take advantage of you and feel like, oh, because you're so loving and you're a team player with the Three of Pentacles here, that, you know, oh, you know, Aquarius, they don't care, you know, like they're a team player. They're nice, you know, they don't really care about like how I talk to them or, you know, how I treat them, or, you know, they're just cool. No, don't just be cool, Aquarius. Okay. Don't be cool. Sometimes you got to speak up. It's okay to be loving. I'm not saying that you have to, you know, change into this terrible person. All I'm saying is you have to let people know, hey, yeah, I love you. And I am that loving person. I'm more than willing to express my generosity, but I won't be taken advantage of. I'm not stupid. I'm not foolish, right? I won't be played for a fool. Don't let people play you for a fool. Don't let them take your kindness for weakness, Aquarius, okay? Because we get to the Six of Pentacles here, and, you know, you guys have so much to offer. Some of you guys may be well off, or you're finally, you know, getting your business off the ground, or you're doing well financially, or you guys have a nice home. Or you guys just may have a lot to offer emotionally and spiritually to people. You have a lot of knowledge, and people come to you wanting to talk to you or to gain. They want to gain some knowledge from you, or they want to live. Some people I feel may want to live vicariously through you, Aquarius. Please be careful with that, okay? Be careful how you give. This Queen of Swords is careful. She's very careful about who she keeps and who she discards, right? Who she gives to and who she takes away from. You know, she takes her power back. And be careful who you're giving to, Aquarius. It doesn't matter who, if it's family, if it's someone that you guys may have been giving too much money to, and it seems like they're always asking for you for money and they're not growing financially, and they're not trying to push themselves to grow and get better at budgeting, and they're constantly coming to you for money. That's a problem. Okay? So please, Aquarius, make sure that you are spending your time with people who are giving what you're giving, right? Pouring into your cup as much as you're pouring into theirs, which makes sense. When the Temperance card came out, that makes sense. Are they pouring into you as much as you're pouring into them? This is what this deity of creation is trying to get you to comprehend and to embrace. Okay, Aquarius? So that's a lot, Aquarius. I'm really, you know, but I'm happy to see that, you know, there are those of you who are really starting to realize, like, hey, I haven't been treated right, you know, and that needs to change. You know, I've been giving too much of myself, and, you know, it may cause you to feel depressed or feel down with the Ten of Swords here, where you're just feeling, you know, I don't like how I'm feeling. You know, why is my life not changing? Or why do I feel so drained? You know, maybe it's because you're giving too much. You're working too hard to be someone for other people, instead of working to be yourself, and to love yourself, and to give yourself the love and the attention that you deserve. Right? And to invest your time with people who are going to be the listening ear that you've been for them. Right? Or if you've been giving out a lot of money, maybe there's someone in your life who's, you know, there and willing and open to help you out with money for a change. You know, whatever the situation is. Okay, Aquarius? So much love and light to all of you. And again, this is all for those of you who are open to what to deities, to gods and goddesses, and that energy, and to understand like where they will lead you, you know, during any time of this, for the rest of this year. Okay, take care. Love you guys much. Bye.